Welcome back from vacation. I hope everybody had a happy new year.
Oh,
Today is a fantastic day to be a podcast host with you, Charles.
hey man, welcome back. Welcome back. So good to see you. How was your family time? How was Christmas?
Oh, it was good. It was fun.
Yeah,
Family stuff is always fun.
yeah, yeah. It is. As you can see, one of my new Christmas gifts right here. You can see it right in the camera. That's actually super convenient.
Just right
It's
there.
a,
Just right
gr-
there.
yeah,
It's
it's
just
a,
right there.
yeah, it's just right here. It's a Green Bay Packer game day jersey, but customized with the last name on it. So that's cool.
Nice.
That's cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, I'm not gonna lie, I dropped the ball on Christmas this year. Not really, but I just got the wife a bunch of jewelry.
You gotta keep
I
them happy, right?
I hit
Is
up,
that the
oh, yeah. So you got the Shop My Exchange, right? If you're a veteran out there or
yeah.
married or family, the Shop My Exchange is killer, and I got a couple really killer deals. I ended up getting a 71 stone diamond necklace for 125 bucks.
Not
The,
supposed to say that.
the receipt, oh, yeah, I don't know. The wife and I, we get just as much enjoyment talking about how much we saved on each other's gifts as actually giving the gifts. It's
Yeah,
like
I
an
guess that's a good one.
$890 necklace. I and all like from Black Friday to Christmas, the exchange did these like hourly deals. And if you just happened to be on the website at the right moment, right when that deal went off, and you were one of the first 5 or 6 people to click buy, you
Yeah.
got it. And it just, I just got lucky this year. So I was like, hell yeah. But afterwards, we were talking, and I was like, damn, because she got me this golden snitch fidget spinner,
Yeah.
bro. But I fuck with this. I
Just
I'm
you're over
telling
there
you.
bored and just flicking.
Yeah, but
Jeez.
I was laughing because I was like, damn, I I I didn't put much thought into it. I went as a zombie into this. So next year I'm gonna do better.
Yeah. I think we get complacent sometimes, but it's not always. I think it's just a guy thing. I don't really think it's like a I don't care thing. That
I thought I didn't realize how much I didn't care until I started to see the care on the other side, and I was like, no, I do care. I super care.
right.
So
Yeah.
I got her birthday coming up here. We'll try and make things up with that. We were going to go to Vegas for her birthday, but now we've decided to buy a house. I got to get 4 TVs up on the wall, and I said I talked to the wife, and we had talked about this a little bit over the break. But you, I hate school. Obviously
Yeah.
school is important, blah blah blah. But I'm going to go full bore into this podcast for that was 6 months. We've got this 5 year plan, yada yada.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I guess we can break that news now that it's out in the open. We talked to Paul and Mike about it, and we're starting the deals.
yeah, yeah.
I guess moving forward, Charles and I would just like to let you guys know that we are partnering with Paul and Mike to try to create a media company. Like we said in the preview, they're like brothers to us, and they've taken us under their wing. And Charles and I are just going to go full heading right into the fucking thing, you know.
We're gonna cut these flakes out like tiny Troy Polamalu running through your hair with Head and Shoulders. That's
And
what
if
we're
you
doing
guys
here.
haven't noticed since we did start marketing with them, things have been blowing up. So
Yeah.
it's only positive vibes from here on out. ELE, everybody love everybody.
Yeah. This is the definition of bet coming before your eyes. Bring everyone together. It's fantastic. And what a wonderful segue this has been. Let's get right into the big bowl games. I would like to talk about excuse me, Georgia FSU right off the bat.
Okay, one thing that that I just want to mention that before we even talk about the game is the fan base from Florida State making the excuses before the game even started that oh yeah, they really only did have like 6 starters out
Bro, they
there and
had
they haven't
29
It wasn't even the same
scholarship players not playing. Their starting quarterback, their backup quarterback, their starting running back, their backup running back, their
both
starting
tight
wide
ends.
receivers,
Yeah,
their
both
2
tight
tight
ends,
ends,
offensive line.
their defensive line. It was the same thing goes for the Ohio State Missouri game, which we'll get to also. But like the narrative up until the Missouri game, right? Let's Maryland fucking smacked Auburn. Let's throw that out there. Maryland smacked the shit out of Auburn,
Yeah.
right?
But here, I think
Go
this is
ahead.
one thing I just wanted I guess
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah,
one
yeah,
thing I
yeah.
wanted to jump on quick because I wanted your opinion on it. Has it ruined the bowl season? It's ruined it, right?
We don't
This
know. What if bowl season going forward was
I'm
what
saying
we have this year, then yes. Yes,
outside of those 12
absolutely.
teams from now on, this is what we're gonna get. You're not gonna get good football anymore.
Yeah, these games are for the betters anyways, bro. You got 6 and 6 teams in a bowl game like they've done something significant. It's literally just there for gambling.
Well, but that Florida Georgia game was not for the betters. That was a
No,
flat
no, but
out
the Georgia
absolute
Florida State game.
F you
Okay,
middle
so
finger.
this is the thing that really pissed me off. I think that locker room was scared of Georgia. I really do. I think those players were afraid of Georgia because how the you didn't take the road that led to I'm going to prove you wrong.
Everybody was saying that you were undefeated. Go out there and prove something. If you had lost by 2 touchdowns, people would have respected you and said, "Yeah, Travis might have made a difference."
Yeah, because at the start of that game, it ended up being 23 and a half,
Yeah, it was at when it first came out
14 and a
without
half.
Travis, it was like 10. And then
Yeah.
it grew. It kept as they kept sitting out and as they kept saying, "Hey, I'm not playing," the line grew and grew and grew. I think 20 was generous to Florida
Mhm.
State. Like I said, I didn't think they were going to score a point. They
No.
got a field goal. They got a field like we said, they got a field goal. I think I
It's
said that to Paul. He was like, you think they're gonna score?" I said, "Well,
it's
they might get a
so
field goal."
dude, it's so mind numbing. It's so mind numbing that they took that road, that Florida State
Yeah.
took that and it's not on the coach or the coaching staff. It's not on the school. It's on the players. And Kirby Smart hit the nail on the head. There was a huge problem, but the college football playoff committee caused this. We all know this. By not putting Florida State in the CFP, they destroyed that football program. Who's coming from the ACC now?
I don't know. I don't see
Everybody,
anybody
anybody who
competing.
is anybody transferred out of the ACC.
Yeah.
They're in the transfer portal.
Here's the problem though. I don't think no matter even a healthy, completely healthy Florida State team against that Georgia team was probably still losing by 2 touchdowns. Georgia didn't
Maybe.
have any problems at
No,
all. Not
well, no,
a
of course not.
Yeah,
Again,
but they had Georgia had guys sitting out too.
Georgia had most everyone play the first half, unless you were injured. Like Brock Bowers didn't play. That was it.
Yeah. That's their best player though.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean,
Granted, that's like saying Travis didn't play.
he was pushing through. No, no. I see what you're getting at, and
Well, their offense went through Brock Bowers 80% of the time. So it is like he's not out there.
yeah,
He's
but
not
I
an
mean
option.
the tight end they got the tight end they got backing him up is pretty good, dude. We're gonna hear a lot about him next year.
I've never heard of him. Never heard of
Yeah,
this guy.
yeah, we're gonna hear a lot about him next year. Well, we're not gonna hear much about him now. He was playing behind Brock Bowers.
I would be surprised if a lot of these players transfer out next year if they
I
don't
mean
make the
the only
bowl
reason
game.
yeah, the only reason I'm hesitant on saying that is because I truly believe that Florida State's defense was better than Alabama's.
I don't know about
Until
that.
you had 29 people leave that scenario, right? The defense that was showing up with or without the starting quarterback, that defense was scary, dude. That defense could get the quarterback. That defense was
Yeah, but
great
who's the
in man.
best team that team played? That's we could say that about like when Michigan played a bunch of crappy teams. They looked awesome. They are a good defense, but Florida State, what's the best team they played that we could have seen that defense play? What
I'm
is the
not I
best?
I'm not disagreeing with you. Again, I'm just like
They had a lot of Florida State had a lot of close games.
before everything came down to the wire, the Florida State's defense was pretty fucking good, dude.
Yeah, but I'm still sticking by Georgia would have waxed them. I mean, that
I'm no, I'm
Georgia
not
team
saying Georgia.
came
I'm
in
not. No,
pissed
no, no, no.
off.
I see, and I don't know if it came off that I thought Florida State could beat Georgia. No, no, but I thought even healthy, with their quarterback healthy, they
They're
had a chance to be in a shootout.
You know what I noticed one thing about them watching Florida State during the season offensively? They weren't physical on offense.
No, and then that's
And Georgia's
that's
physical.
I guess the best way to describe that Florida State team in my mind was the Michigan team 3 years ago. It was just
Weren't
we
ready.
were
They weren't
we
ready
were
for the big time
we
anyway.
were beating the hell out of everyone, but we were tiny.
Yeah.
We were a tiny team and we got muscled. This is one of the biggest teams I've seen. This Michigan team looks mighty.
It looks like an SEC team,
Yeah.
if you wanna say it, because we know the SEC is big and those guys are physical. I guess my biggest thing is Michigan's basically going up a mirror image of themselves from, like you said, 3 years ago. They're going up against they're beat Michigan isn't gonna lose this game. They're either gonna beat themselves or they're gonna win.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
I don't I don't
that's our
think
biggest
Alabama's
issue.
gonna beat them. They're gonna beat
No.
themselves if they lose.
No, we're gonna find out here in a few hours. That's I'm most excited for.
And coming up, we outside of the 6 gate, the 3 teams vying for a New Year's 6, technically bowl game. I can't believe that they call it the New Year's 6 when technically the New Year's 6 is just the 6 teams that play today that matter. I think that we've got Liberty in Oregon, we've got Washington,
Liberty's
Texas, Michigan,
undefeated.
Alabama.
Yeah,
That's going to be a
Wisconsin,
weird.
LSU.
What do you think of that Liberty Oregon game? Let's talk on that for a second. I was looking the other day and I was like, there's no way Oregon's not going to score 50 in this game. There's no way. If they don't score 50, I'll be disappointed
I
because
think they're trying to figure out how to do the playoffs for next year
I think they are too, but they're trying to
because
be generous with some of these
Liberty's
teams.
an undefeated team, and I don't think Liberty has to win today.
No, but
I think they have to fight as
you
long
know
as.
nobody on that team is sitting out for them though.
Oh yeah, I know.
This is
Liberty
like
is
their
there to
national
prove something,
championship
bro.
game.
Liberty's there to prove something. I'm gonna be excited to watch that game, to be honest with you.
You know what I
But
remind me
I
of
do.
Liberty?
I think this is one of those scenarios where do we put a 4-loss Power 5 team in over an undefeated
Liberty, Malik Willis, right there.
Malik Willis? Yeah.
There you go.
Honestly, I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
I think that because you look too, and it's like how Wisconsin is playing LSU today is befuddling.
I can tell
See,
you exactly why, because of their coach.
I no, I if I that's definitely.
They want to see this is trying to boost Wisconsin's.
I, I'm still falling under the lines of its resumes. It's built. They're building for next year. Do we
Well,
put a 5-loss Big Ten team in over a no-loss MAC team or a no
maybe.
loss?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What does the product on the field? Because if Liberty comes and balls out against Oregon, because as these bowls are forming, dude, Northwestern beat Utah, right? And we can sit here, we'd have to go back and who played, who didn't play, yada yada yada.
Yeah,
But
there was a lot of guys sitting
we're
out for
still
Utah.
seeing people who's going to be on the field next year.
Yeah.
What do you think this offseason is going to make these players sitting on the bench magically better?
You should all you got to say is that it's still Northwestern. It doesn't matter. It's
You know,
Utah versus Northwestern. I wouldn't expect Northwestern to even score
and that's what I
against
mean.
that.
They
Yeah.
scored 14 and they held Utah to 9, I think, or
Yeah,
7
that
or some
defense is
shit like
chippy,
that.
man. That
Well, that's
Northwestern
Big Ten
defense is chippy.
defense.
Yeah.
But are we in a
If that
boat
guy doesn't
now?
win coach of the year, that guy should win coach of the year in the Big Ten
Yeah. Are we in
for
a
what he
boat now
did.
though, dude, where like Oh, you gotta play Northwestern. Oh, yeah, that's a win. But if somebody else outside of the Big Ten has to play Northwestern, it's starting to morph into a scenario where our middle of the pack teams are top tier in these other conferences. And
Right.
I think that's what we're finding out here with some of these scenarios, because by golly, dude, some of these games have been really good, like unexpectedly good.
Oh, yeah, that Western Kentucky game was fantastic, where they
Mhm.
came back from 21 down and
Yeah,
tied it up and then won it overtime. Yeah, that was a great game. Great
that was a
game.
good game. You go down the list, the Clemson Kentucky game. Oh my god, dude. G Clemson is raking in, right? You still have the
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence effect, and FSU killed themselves, right? Like FSU or the ACC's dead outside of Clemson. So they're like, hell yeah, we're gonna pull all those ACC recruits.
Why do you think Florida State wants that TV revenue? Because then they can bolster it back up. Florida State still has a great alumni base. Like they can
Oh
pull a
yeah.
lot of
Oh
money.
yeah.
But the thing
Absolutely.
is, they need to get out of the ACC. Like you said, they need to either join the SEC or join the Big Ten. It's either one or the
Florida
other. And
State and Clemson need to go independent or join one of the Power 2 conferences.
the
You
thing
wanna
is, if
say
they,
that it's a Power 3 conference, but
yeah,
I
honestly,
mean,
why didn't Notre Dame go in with them and they can get like BYU and all? They could have like an 8 team conference. Screw it. Decent teams.
these corn-fed sons of bees, Iowa and Tennessee.
Yes, dude. The Wisconsin one actually drives me nuts because we live in Wisconsin and it's like a lot of the people I work with are big Badger fans, and I'm a secondary Badger fan. We live here in
Yeah,
Wisconsin. I enjoy
yeah,
watching
we
them
like
play.
the Big Ten. We love the
Um,
Big Ten.
but I can't see them beating LSU. I look at it and I'm like, even a completely healthy Badger team is like a second tier Big Ten
88%
team.
on the fan vote for LSU right now, dude.
80%, 80%,
88,
88. Damn,
88%.
that's a confidence killer if you're a
Well, you don't
Wisconsin
have
fan.
old boy playing. You don't have the Heisman playing. So,
Yeah, but outside of that, they still got two great receivers and
yeah.
a pretty decent
How
offense.
about all Harrison? How about all Harrison? Let's jump on the OSU thing here before we. How how
Is
about
he coming back?
no?
Is
Oh God, no. He was
he
out
sat
of the. He
he
was
sat
out of.
out for the pro debut? Yeah.
Yeah, he was out of the bowl game, and the reason for it is pro. Yeah, he's getting ready for the NFL draft.
A
The
lot of these
thought of
guys,
him coming back to try and beat Michigan, if they were going to beat Michigan, it was going to be this year. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to tell you, but that team
well,
that was on the field for Michigan or
here's
for Ohio State for that
here's
bowl
another
game.
thing that I was looking at. Jaden Davis joined the team early, so he's actually at the Rose Bowl with them. He's on the field. He's got a number, a jersey, and everything. I didn't know that they could do that.
Who?
Jaden Davis, Michigan's like their number one quarterback recruit. He's on the
Oh yeah.
field. He's practicing with them. He's got a jersey number and how is he out there? Could he possibly come in for a play?
No.
Then
God
how can he
no.
be there practicing with them? Because I thought you couldn't practice unless you were on the team.
I don't
It wasn't
man, it's
walkthroughs, it
Michigan.
was
We do what we want.
practice.
What are you talking about, bro?
Pretty much at this point, you might as well. I
I don't know
mean,
how else to take that. I don't know. I didn't hear anything about that's
I
cool.
think it's cool. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
He could possibly get a ring with them before he even steps foot on the field.
Yeah.
That's great. But yeah, you wanted to get into the OSU thing. You said that Marvin Harrison, he basically sat out and he must have just sat there and watched that game. Was he even at the game on the
Yeah, he was
sidelines or
there.
no?
He was
Was he?
there. He was at the game. He was on the sidelines. The camera panned to him a few
Let's
times.
let's talk more about the fact that why is Ryan Day still a coach at OSU?
I
I
don't know if I wanna bring too much attention to this, bro. I want
I
him to
don't
be
know. I
there.
hate Ohio State, but I don't
I
hate
want
the
him to be there.
players. I hate the team. I don't hate the players. But here's the thing.
Right,
For that fan
right.
base and for those people for to be clamoring for him to get his job taken from him because of this whole thing, losing Michigan 3 times in a row is enough. This was bad. This is a real bad look for Ohio State. They just came out and they look like hell. They look like absolute dog shit.
I swear to God, dude, I thought they were gonna win that game 3
So
nothing.
did I. I said if they don't win by 14,
I thought they were gonna win 3 nothing.
Yeah, that was a oh god, that was outside of those 2 big plays that Missouri made, yeah, that was a terrible football game to even watch. It was awful. A lot of Michigan fans are happy.
Where
I mean,
was
yeah.
where was the offense? There was no creativity. There was okay, yeah. Their second string quarterback got knocked out the first
Oh,
second or
Brown?
third,
Yeah.
yeah, second or
You
third,
got
second or
sacked,
third
fumbled or
drive. He,
something.
yeah, he was out. Yeah,
But
I mean,
Ky
it wasn't just out. I mean, that
but
they panned the camera over to him probably 4 or 5
yeah, but
times, and
they're
he was
all
just
their
on
backup
display.
quarterbacks are high 4 stars, almost 5-star quarterbacks. But it's not like the talent drops off between A1,
That's
1A, 1B.
on paper, man. On paper, Ryan Day does really well. It just doesn't translate to the field. I don't know if there's I don't
How can
man,
it
it almost feels like a hangover effect. Like they're still drunk and hung out or hung over on the Urban Meyer
there
spread.
was no passion in that game whatsoever. It was terrible. But who deserves to be fired more? Dick Franklin or Ryan Day?
I don't want either one of them gone.
Keep them
Which
keep them both around. We're Michigan. We don't give a shit.
why we want you 2 to stay. So
Dick Franklin.
probably both of them.
Let's just talk about that record for just 30. I'll give you 30 seconds and just explain to me, like, if you were the dean of that school and you saw like these players coming in, like smart kids coming into this school, all these really smart players. At Penn State's a what, a law school basically, and I think they're undergraduate for like doctorates and doctors and stuff too. But you've got a lot of. I'm just saying, you're the dean. You got a lot of smart kids here at Penn State, and you've got this group of people. I think that have come out and they've put this thing together. It's like Fire Franklin.
Yeah,
It's this weird group of people that are like law students.
yeah.
And they're like they have all these like points 6 and 29 versus top 15 teams, and you're the dean and you're just like, I'm just gonna let these kids go because I don't know what they're up to. Like basically they're just like, we have no idea, these students do what they want. But yeah, they're clamoring for him to get his job.
So I can answer that super quick. So for one, hold on.
Is it because
Average.
he's still bringing money into the university by recruiting top talent? Why did that guy go there? Fleming went there from Ohio State. Some receiver from Ohio State went there. And
Yeah.
they got Montrez. Oh man, I disappoints me that they got him too. That guy was Michigan all the way. And I don't know if it's NIL money or what that got him to go there, but that was disappointing to see him leave for Penn State as well.
My assistant is generating the average. Okay, so I can tell you exactly why they're not going to fire him. Do you know what the average attendance of Penn State home football games over the past 5 years has been?
Yeah, but they come out. Penn State is up there with Michigan. They sell out
It
almost
doesn't
every game.
right, but this is you asked me the question, I'm answering it for you.
Yeah, but they would sell out regardless of Dick Franklin being there.
There, but for one, I'm the dean of a school that isn't about football. It just happens to have a really good football
I
team.
know the dean's got nothing to do with
No, I'm not.
the player. The fact that he let them
Even the
get
8, it
that
doesn't
group of
I mean,
guys together.
you as I was looking it up, you even answered it yourself. And
Yeah.
you hate that that's the answer, bro, but the answer is money. And approximately 105,000 fans per home game continue to show up. So until that number dips by about 7 to 13%,
It won't.
you're not going to hear a conversation. Michigan started to get loud when the stadium started to get empty. That's what it boils down to. That's what it boiled, and it wasn't.
Well,
Michigan was still averaging close to 100,000,
yeah,
but we weren't over
that
100,000.
was the Dick Rodriguez
Yeah.
era where people were excited about their offense and absolutely disappointed. We became Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Great
we
offense,
tried to
terrible
be
defense.
yeah, we tried to be a Big 12 West Coaster.
Oregon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, didn't work out really well. But you hate to answer it, but there's your sign. Ryan Day is in a different seat because of the rivalry that is the game. But the moment it starts getting looked at, the Boston Red Sox are looking at the Yankees. Ohio State's going to start making some moves, and they'll end up doing what the Pistons did with Monty Williams. They'll end
Yeah.
up bringing funny fucking thing would be if they ended up somehow or another grabbing the other Harbaugh after he retires from winning the Super Bowl this year.
No. Can we take our guy back that we gave to the Ravens? Like, we got him, and then all of a sudden we gave him back.
Our DC, yeah,
Can
the
we get our
DC
DC
there.
back, Brown or whatever? Or
But
not Brown,
I
what was
mean,
his name?
yeah, Bernard something.
Yeah, I'm fine. Michigan
Oh,
fan. I don't even remember. I don't
big
remember because we got Minter now, so.
big news in the football world. March 30th, 2024, the UFL, the United Football League, which once was the USFL and the XFL, have
Are we gonna see
combined
players?
forces.
Are we gonna see college players jumping ship early for this, or you think that the money's not gonna be there right away?
It depends on what school you're at, but yeah, it depends on what school
I can
you're
see
at.
some smaller kids going there.
And not even that. You're talking Oregon, USC, shit like that. It
Well, I
depends.
don't
It
know.
depends.
The NIL money
I
is
was just
really
gonna say it
high.
depends on the NIL money.
So
But bro, the NIL money only lasts so long, right? Like it isn't a contract for you. So as a player, if old boy behind you is capable of raking in that dough, you're going to get a little
well,
less.
it's gonna be 4 or 5-star recruits that gotta sit a year to make the money. Those are gonna be
Yeah.
the players that are coming in at Alabama and they wanna be able to make money and play. Those are gonna be the athletes you're gonna get. You're not gonna get the guy that's starting right away and he's getting 7 million NIL because you ain't getting a
Right.
$7 million deal
No.
in the UFL. You
Oh,
might get a
hell no.
$2 million deal if you're a good player.
Wow. It
Who's backing this anyway? Did you ever figure
all
this
of them
out?
now
Who's the big market share? Who's
for the
sponsoring this? We got
XFL or
Reebok and
for the
Gatorade.
UFL.
No, like, who's their
Uh,
sponsor? The NFL is sponsored by shit tons of car companies, BMW, and Mercedes. Who's backing
Yeah.
this? Like, where's the money coming from for marketing? Do we even know that, or is it just like an independent thing? Is it a
I
McMahon?
don't know. No, I don't know now that they're merged together, but the XFL and whatnot was backed by the Garcia group there.
The Garcia group? Was that the one with they had
She's
ties
one
with?
of them's on the TV right now, Danny Garcia, and then obviously The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. They're on the College Game Day. I think they're. I'm hoping to see the graphic, but
So
I
we're gonna
want to
we're gonna
say
see
that
the
they're
Rock's
talking
energy
about.
drink out there. There's a
Zoa,
logo
yeah, no, it's
on
not
the
on this.
football
Yeah,
field. That Zen or Zine or whatever the hell it
yeah,
is.
Zoa, ZOA.
Zoa, yeah.
Yeah.
Tastes like coffee nuts and
Well, you got him,
Coca
and
Cola.
yeah, but now you've got the ambassadors of the USFL, and most of them
Yeah.
are on like your. Most of them are like NFL players. So you have a lot of former NFL player money coming into this now as well. It's gonna do well actually. The USFL, they didn't necessarily lose money, but they
No,
didn't lose money because they didn't put any money into it. The
but they're
XFL
gonna have a
lost
hard
21 million
time.
last year because they were bumping the shit out of stuff to get it. You lose 20 million this year, 15 million next year, 5 million the year before, then you make 10 million, you make 20 million, then you make
Yeah.
25 million moving forward was the thought process
Here's
behind
their
it.
problem. If they can't go up against the NFL ever, they'll just lose every time, 10
But
times out of 10.
that's why it's a win for them because they weren't going up against the NFL. This is spring football. So it starts in March and ends like from June. I think it ends July-ish
I guess it depends on what networks pick
or
it up
May,
because
April,
if
May.
it's Fox and
Well,
NBC and ABC, if it's
yeah,
not, they're done. If it's not, they're done because not enough people will watch it.
that was the problem with the two is that the XFL and the USFL were competing and the one had ABC, the one had CW, one was on
Yeah.
Fox. But now that they're together though, they are no longer fighting each other for that 4-month stretch, March, April, May, June, I believe what it is. They're now they're all together, and now the TV markets they don't have to go to the TV markets in a marketing war, undercutting themselves, because really you had to undercut yourself to show your product, and then hopefully your product made it worth asking for more money, because otherwise the other one would just come in and undercut you again, because ultimately it's just football in the spring. It didn't matter where it was coming from. It's just football
Right.
in the spring. So
We'll see. I mean, it'd be nice if some like I said, some big sponsor picks them up and then they can pump the hell out of it with commercials and stuff like that.
yeah.
Because they need like that. You need a big
Well,
time
the
player.
XFL was picked up by ESPN. So the
Yeah.
XFL was being covered regardless by ESPN for 5 or 10 years, I think it was.
I don't know. I after ESPN did their
So the
own network
Arlington
thing with the
Renegades are coming back.
so are they gonna expand? Are they adding any teams here? It'd be nice.
Well, basically what's happening is they're taking the top money from what I'm seeing. Yep, the DC Defenders are back.
We
So
need a
so
Milwaukee team.
they're they're taking the top
Baddest.
producing teams from each sport and then cutting the bottom feeders, more or less.
So you're telling me they're doing
The San Antonio Brahma Mamas.
they're pulling a Jackie Moon on them?
Yeah, more or
the,
less.
the best teams that the best teams that made the playoffs get to survive. The rest of
Yeah.
them are dissolved.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah. So
Flint
that's
Tropics,
good news for
baby.
me. The Battlehawks. I was going to say the St. Louis Battlehawks, baby. Caca is law.
All right, that's our team then.
Yeah.
We're
Ah,
officially
man. I've
officially
been following.
sponsored by the Boys in the Woods podcast.
Yeah,
The what is
I've
it?
been
The
following
Kansas. What is it? What are they?
The St.
St.
Louis
Louis
Battlehawks. Yeah,
Battlehawks.
the St. Louis Battlehawks. Until Wisconsin gets a team. So the Birmingham Stallions. Okay, so
Yeah, they're
that's it
close
for the
enough.
XFL. That was it.
Nice.
So I'm stoked, man. And it was the 4 teams that made it to the final game to
We should
play
buy
into the
stock in the
championship.
Battlehawks, and maybe we can get the rings like Barstool got for that
Yeah.
soccer team or whatever they
Yeah.
sponsored.
The Houston Roughnecks, they'll be in it. I wonder if Michigan's team is going to be in it. I doubt it.
Are
But
they?
we'll
Was that the
see.
Arsenal? What are they? What were they?
Hell if
Grand
I
Rapids
remember.
or yeah?
The Memphis Showboats. I figured Memphis, yeah. Uh-oh. I hadn't seen anything about the teams until right now. They were holding this for the college
Wow.
game day premiere. So we got one team left. Who makes it?
Yeah.
Oh, the Michigan Panthers. They did make it, bro.
Where the
They
hell is
did
that?
make it.
Where's the Michigan Panthers
Oh,
at? I bet
man.
you this is Grand Rapids.
Yeah. Brent was telling me something about a football field being built in Grand Rapids, I think. The Michigan Panthers. No way. There it was. There's your 4 teams. Unfortunately, we're a Battlehawks network. We'll have to look into grabbing some of those Battlehawk gear.
Yeah,
I followed the Battlehawks when the XFL first popped up.
no,
I
Charles,
followed them.
Detroit, Michigan.
The Panthers are in Detroit.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I know Brent had messaged me about something being put up in Grand. It might be a soccer stadium. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But that's exciting for Grand Rapids. I like that area. I hate the roads in Michigan. I
Oh,
can hate the roads in Michigan.
Fox Corporation owns 50% of that team. Danny Garcia and Dwayne Johnson's Redbird Capital Partners owns the other half. So it's co-owned by both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess a partnership is not a bad thing. A 50-50 split's it's a good idea.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Battlehawks are very active on their social medias. Last season, I
Oh yeah, we watched a lot of their stuff.
yeah, we
We
talked
actually
with
hit
the
on a
head
lot of their
coach.
stuff too, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So that'll be really exciting. That'll be really exciting. So the USFL. All right. So we can't. Let's double back to the college football playoff, and then we'll end it with our top 10 segments.
Yeah. We can do predictions too.
Well,
You want to
yeah, yeah,
break
yeah,
through
yeah,
them?
yep, yep. That's one game we did not touch on. That we obviously have to touch on it right quickly.
Texas,
Is
Washington.
Texas, Washington, Texas, Washington. Man,
This is what it is. And if you agree with me, let me know.
okay.
It's Texas's offense versus Washington's defense.
If that's the story, Texas wins.
Yeah. But I think that's what it eventually will come down to. Washington is good enough offensively, but
Yeah,
that Washington's defense has been playing pretty good all season. Not elite, not great, but pretty good. Like they
and
remind me of a Penn
hard,
State
yeah.
defense. Penn
It,
State's defense reminds me of Washington.
it's hard. It's hard for me to look at a team that gave up 30 points and call it good. You know what I mean? I don't know why that is. I don't know where my mind
If
goes
you're
with
playing a
that.
good team, giving up 30 points isn't that bad.
But that
Happen.
didn't they give up 30 some points to Washington State?
Yeah, Washington State was like a 9-win team, though. I mean, they weren't awful.
Wasn't that
That's
a rivalry game
that's
too?
a rivalry game. You got to throw it
Yeah.
out because I mean, look at Michigan struggled versus Penn State.
Oh, yeah. 30, though.
No, they didn't, but they didn't look great
I
offensively.
don't think
And
we gave up 25 all year.
I don't think anybody sat out for that Penn State game, and they got smoked in the second half. Yeah, I think
Was it?
Penn State had all their starters. I don't think they had
Oh,
anybody
yeah.
sit out,
No,
and they
Penn
didn't.
State.
And
Penn State got
yeah,
walked on by Ole Miss. But again, too, that's a mirror. Like the rest of the country doesn't understand how shitty Penn State is when they play a good team. They're just not coached well. It's not the players on the field, it's the coach.
yeah. Well,
They were
you need to
like
start
Rich
looking at that.
Franklin was not ready. Rich
Here's the
Franklin did
problem:
not have those
if
kids ready.
Penn State fired Franklin, that school is prestigious enough. They could get the best coach available. They could go to the NFL and pick somebody if they really wanted to. Penn
Yeah.
State is still a top 10 program in college football as far as the coaching destination goes.
I think Franklin laid the foundation. Franklin was needed after the Paterno stuff.
Yeah,
Definitely,
he got the
Franklin was needed.
leftovers from all that stuff, and he did a pretty good job
Did a pretty
bringing
good
them
job,
back. They
but
became a top 10 team again.
Re Franklin is like the Scott Frost of Nebraska. Scott Frost was never gonna make Nebraska great, but Scott Frost was gonna set the ship in the right direction.
Frost brought in recruits because he was an ex-player and
Right.
he legendary, you know.
I think Franklin has basically you're sitting in a position. Ryan Day is pretty close to this too, and we did touch on this earlier, but you can only set the ship in one direction with these people.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a course setter moving forward.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you're
for
just
sure.
going to run in the same damn direction the whole time. What has Franklin done that has shown you otherwise? Where's his big game
Nothing.
moments?
They competed for a East title a couple times. Outside of that, like that 6-29 record versus top 15 teams.
Wait a minute. The year they won the Big Ten, they didn't even go to the playoffs. Fuck, Ohio State did. The entire
Yeah.
world looked at him and went, Yeah, that's a mistake," and sent Ohio State, and Ohio State won.
Yeah, but see that's where we get into this gray area of what's going to happen. That we can talk about this on one of these episodes. We'll get Paul and Mike to come on. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know how
yeah.
much college football they really want to talk about, but I think that if this is the product we're getting in these bowl games, it's the outside of those 12 teams next year, it's going to get ugly and get bad.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have a shot, all these players are going to look at transferring to a team that can compete for a national championship or even a playoff spot, or they're just going to head for the NFL after their junior season. They're just going to say, screw this.
Yeah, but
Because the bowl
thinking
games are
about
bad outside of a
thinking
few of them.
thinking about the force changer in those moments, though, what would it take? It would have to be Vegas. It would have to be either money not coming in or money going out that shouldn't have gone out. Oh, the Ohio State game made Vegas a buttload of money because Ohio State brings betters just because they're Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? Like in
Well,
that scenario.
you want to see something crazy. Look at the numbers for the Michigan Alabama game. How much money? The fact that Michigan moved up to a 2-point favorite from a 1.5, and
Yeah.
all the money's coming in on Alabama screams something weird is going on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
The
And
line should go the
that
other way there, bud.
and the FPI keeps going towards Michigan the closer we get to the game also.
Yeah, I'm not. Hey, I don't know anything about gambling. We're not affiliated with any gambling thing. I'm just saying, maybe if you're a gambler, take a look. Just take a look. Let us know
Well,
what you think.
if you listened to the media, right? If you
Oh
listened to
yeah,
the media,
they shoved it down your
Alabama
throat.
put 100 on Michigan. You should go bet Alabama.
Oh my god, did you see that one thing about they put the 35 years on their helmet and in their jerseys or whatever? They said, "Oh, you're going to lose by 35 to Alabama." That was the scuttlebutt there. That came out. They posted that in a sports article.
Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to be impartial as the media?
Yeah.
And Reese Davis too. Oh my god, that guy's completely lost it. Used to love the guy. Not entirely sure I can trust him anymore, but
I watch things that mirror my opinion more
yeah, but
often.
every now and then, Charles, I get drawn into this weird world of I want to know what this guy's what is he thinking? What's clicking upstairs? And when they talk about, they'll say something that triggers and pulls me in. They'll say Blake Corum or they'll say Marvin Harrison Jr. And I'll be like, all right, I'll listen. We do the
Yeah.
same thing with the podcast. I'm
Oh,
sure
no,
some
no, no,
people
no.
hear
Yeah,
certain
yeah.
things,
Yeah.
and
No,
then
no.
but then I have a brain fart and I'm like, I can't listen to this guy's mumbly bullshit anymore. This is fucking terrible.
No, I
I
agree.
used
I
to like
agree
him.
with you.
Used to like him, but
I no, I agree with you. I in the last few months, I've allowed my fan passion to cloud my vision at times. But when you take your opinion and you utilize it, when you first utilize it, that's chill. That's chill. But when you stick with it just because you're pissing people off, like you've lost me. Now you've lost me. And that's
that's
outside of
Twitter.
yeah, oh
That
yeah,
is
yeah.
Twitter. Oh my god, that you just Charles, if you want to just make a shirt and just say that, your judgment can get clouded by people's pissy opinions, and then just put on the back X. Just
Yeah.
freaking respond. It is though. If you go on Twitter, X, whatever, and you just follow, you don't even. Why do I keep getting Michigan State, Ohio State I'm not even following any of these people. I don't understand, but it keeps popping up because it's trying to trigger me to comment or to look at this stuff. It's an algorithm based off of people's arrogance, ignorance, and sometimes bliss, I guess you could say. And the euphoric
Twitter's
fun
weird
you get.
too. Twitter's weird in that sense. When you've got to the moment you've liked a video or looked at something, you're gonna get all of that.
Even sometimes they give you the opposite of what you like. I
Yeah.
like all Michigan stuff, and they give me the opposite. They'll give me Ohio State stuff to try to trigger me. They want me to get in an argument or to say something that I don't technically probably even believe. I'm passionate, and every now and then I'll say something stupid and I'll get caught up in it.
I tend
That
to
Rashard Mendenhall thing, the whole thing, like I got caught up in it and they said I was defending the guy. And I said, absolutely not. I said, but the fact you guys are hating on somebody because you think he's a racist is what he wants. That's what he wants. He wants to drive the hate. He wants you guys to hate him because guess what? He's looking for a payday. He's looking for money. He's looking for views, clicks. He wants people interested. If his stuff trends, he makes money. You
that's
guys
ex
don't
yeah.
get that?
That's
Yeah, you don't get it?
I've started to push a little bit away from Twitter because of that. I realized that it wasn't about gaining views
It's
by
Twitter's a
utilizing your
difficult one.
opinion or the truth, by more so just posting the most obscene things that's
Oh yeah,
going to
triggering
pull
people.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Your main goal on X is to trigger, and that's unfortunate. It wasn't like it's better than it was before.
Right. There's a ton of them though. There's Dan Dockich. We talked about him getting in. I got into it with him for a while, and There's that Sam guy for there's the Sam guy for Ohio State. There's also another guy for Ohio State. Is it Ohio State Taint or something? Was that Ohio State?
What is
Yeah.
this TUN shit?
I don't know. That's how they call us, or they call it scum, Michigan, Teton. They don't want to put the M in there for Michigan. I don't know. It's the team up north. TT the
No, I
team up north.
oh, the team up north.
TTUN, the team up north.
Oh, okay.
Hey, that's more respectful than
Hey,
saying
hey, this
assholes or
actually, honestly, jeez, I
you
don't
know
know,
that
man. That's
there's
just
actually
that's
a lot of Ohio State fans that I can respect that. I've talked to a few of them on Twitter and stuff,
yeah,
and they can agree to disagree on a lot of things. Like, I'm a football fan at the end of the day. Like, if Michigan wasn't in the national championship, I'm still gonna watch.
right. Yeah, absolutely. I watched a month and a half of bowl games that would make me wanna rip my eyes out for the most.
Fine. We got to watch that heart wrenching, rip your eyeballs out TCU game last year, and then the Georgia game the year before that. We've had our hearts broken as Michigan fans. It's not like you and
It's
I can
so
sit there
nuts
and
too, man. Oh, dude,
yeah,
as Michigan fans in general,
watched
the
Ohio
Louisville
State beat the hell out of us for 10 years
the
too.
Louisville basketball
You
game,
know? Yeah,
where
Louisville,
everyone on
it's
planet Earth except Louisville and their
blocked.
fans
Yeah.
had the starting 5 plus the 6th man of the year fouled out before halftime.
Yeah,
They're
that
kicking
was nuts.
balls. Oh my god. And
Well,
then to
and the block.
come back a few years later and go, "Yeah, we stripped it from Louisville. Do you want it?" What? No. You guys
Yeah, I can't believe they actually brought that back.
yeah.
They're trying to wind it back, and Michigan says, "Nah, we're good."
Yeah.
Everybody believes we won it anyway, so we really don't care.
It was just terrible. I love seeing Rick Pitino getting his ass kicked at St. John's now too. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I guess let's roll into our picks, and then we can go into your top 10 there.
All right. So I'm gonna pick
Start off with the first
Washington.
one.
Oh, you
I
wanna
thought you were
start
gonna
off with the
start off
first
with
one?
all
All
the
right. Well,
games.
I'm in. Oh, the other games? All right. You
Yeah, we can
call it
do all
out.
we can do all of them.
You call
We
it out.
got
I'll give you
first
my
game
pick.
has got Wisconsin going LSU right now. I'm not even looking at the score. So
I got LSU by 2 tutties and a field goal.
all right. Yeah, I get LSU winning this game by double digits by 10, 21.
Damn, I don't I've 34-17.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next.
Next, we got Liberty, Oregon at noon.
Oh, I got Oregon by 23.
Yeah, I looked at the line earlier and I was like, I probably shouldn't have looked at the line. So the over under 70 and a half, which I think is really low because I think Oregon might score 60. This is going to be like a 55 to 14 or 13 game. The Oregon is going to have 42 by halftime,
Yeah.
and Liberty's going to end up scoring a couple touchdowns at the
Yeah.
end,
It'll
garbage
be it'll
time.
be 42-17.
In our
42.
other noon game, like you said, the old corn versus Tennessee. How are you?
Tennessee should win this game by 2 field goals.
They
I think
should.
the
And
score will be 9-3.
I can't believe the line is 30 sec. The line's 6 and it's 36 and a half for the over under. I'm like,
That's really the
man,
line. Yeah, yeah.
They expect Iowa to score double digits. Like,
Yeah,
I
9-3.
don't know. Tennessee
Nine
is
to
not
3.
the greatest team, but they're also not that bad.
No,
The old
9 to
Cheez It
3.
Bowl. Yeah, I got Tennessee 21 to 6. I think Iowa's going to kick a couple field goals. They'll get lucky and recover a fumble and get an easy second field goal.
As long as the team that showed up for the Big Ten championship isn't the team that's playing, yeah.
Yeah. They did play good defense in that game. I'll give them
Yeah,
credit.
that's what I said, 9-3.
And then our 4 o'clock game, we got Michigan and Alabama. And that line is still holding steady at 2. Over under 45.
I think Michigan wins by 10. You're gonna get
I
a
think
pick
Mich-
6 you're gonna get a pick 6 and a field goal.
I think what's going to happen in this game is Michigan is right off the bat is going to try to run the ball. They're not going to want to try to throw on Alabama. They want to see if the offensive line can push the ball against that defense because Alabama has had troubles this year stopping the run,
Yeah.
and they're going to try
They're
to run.
averaging,
They're
though,
going to try
they're
to run the set up the pass. If that happens, this won't be a slugfest. Michigan will move the ball and score on them. Otherwise, I think it's going to be like a 17-14 or 17-16 game. I feel like this is going to be a slugfest. I feel like this is going to be a 4 point game. Michigan's going to win like 24-21 or 21-17.
yeah, 24-14. Michigan's going to win 24-14.
There you go. And then our nightcap, our 7:45 Eastern Time, ESPN, Washington. And Texas is a 4 point favorite in this game with the line at 62.5. My God, that's rough
I'm
to have
thinking
it
of
that high.
I'm thinking of an interception late calls this game. Texas. I
Yeah, I
don't want
can't.
Texas
I
to
gotta
win.
agree with you. I can't see Texas not scoring a bunch because they scored at will on Alabama. I can't believe that Texas has a lot of talent, a lot of offensive talent. The problem with Texas, that defense is not a top 25, top 50 defense. That's a top 70 defense.
No,
So
I think the national championship winner
comes out of the
stems
Alabama Michigan game.
from
Yeah.
the Michigan Alabama game there. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
those teams are both much more prepared physically and mentally. Probably Michigan. This is Michigan's third year there. There can't be nerves. You can't be scared.
No,
This is your time. You guys have been preparing for this for a lot of those players are seniors. This is their third time there. There should be no
this
jitters.
is.
You
I
need a
mean, this.
leadership.
There's a lot. There's a lot going for us, and I think the ultimate thing that's going for us is that we have a team built on those who stayed,
Yeah,
not
mostly.
built, not built on those who showed up or those who earned their spot as this season went on, which are two awesome things. And I'm not knocking either one of those two scenarios, but these teams, like you look at Georgia last year and the year before, those
Yeah.
were returning teams. You look at the big hitters from the SEC, those were returning teams. Ohio State, the returning team. Michigan is the returning team in this scenario. I think foundationally, we're good. I think
Yeah.
moving forward, we'll be fine. We've earned this spot. We've dealt with more adversity than anyone else in the top four.
Yeah.
You can
Stop the run.
you can
They put
try and
pressure on the quarterback.
paint whatever damn story you want for Alabama, but the bottom line is when y'all are listening to this, the game will already be over and we'll either be idiots or much smarter than most of you.
Either hopefully we're not, but we can't physically have an out change on the outcome of the game because our opinions are stronger between the two of us and we want Michigan to win. It's what's going to happen is what's going to happen on the field.
Yeah,
Let them play.
we'll see. We shall
All
see.
right, you ready to get into your top 10 here?
All right, let's end. Let's start 2024 with an ending of 2023.
Ooh.
What do you think the number one food item enjoyed by Americans was?
Number one enjoyed by Americans. Oh, I mean, God, we had 2023. We just got off of the OC. I'm gonna have to go with it's either cake or ice cream. A burrito bowl.
Burrito
Wow.
bowl.
I
Yeah.
I definitely did not expect that one.
Yeah. The burrito bowl. According to this list, foodworldnews.com.
I need
Yes,
to eat more burrito bowls then,
I
huh?
guess so. I guess so. The average American consumes something like two burritos a year. Okay, so when you break down the 330 million, that means there's a lot of motherfuckers out there eating burritos, man. There's people
Well, I
out
was
there
gonna say,
eating
yeah,
like 30, 40 burritos a month.
yeah, but when we have burritos, yeah, because babies ain't out there eating burritos. You ain't shoving that, you ain't cutting them babies up, freaking burritos and shoving them in their whole
No,
mouth.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I was gonna say when I eat them, I eat like 2 or 3 if I make
Yeah,
burritos. Yeah.
hell yeah. I do. I eat a fuckload of chimichangas in a year.
Yeah.
I eat a shitload of chimichangas in a year. Deep fried burrito for those of you who don't
Deep
understand
fried
what it.
burritos, chimichangas,
Yeah,
enchiladas with that
yeah,
red sauce on them. Oh, that's good stuff.
yeah, yeah. All of those fall into the burrito family. For those of you wondering. Okay, so the number two item, number 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm not actually shocked. So 2 is cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Number 3 is hash brown. This one did shock me a little bit. Not what it is, but the type. Number 4 is a cheese pizza. Number
Really.
Yeah, number 5 is the French fries. Now this is now the next 4 not really, but like number 6, apple pie. What? I don't like apple pie, so I hate
I like a
apple
lot of
flavor
pies. I like a
anything.
lot of pies.
And then number 7 is the banana split. Like what
Dude,
the hell?
I can't even tell you how many of them I ate in my life. Maybe 1?
I've had probably one, the one I
Yeah.
tried when I was a kid. I'm not a big banana junkie. I don't know.
Ban
Apple pie, banana
Banners.
split. Number 8, avocado toast.
I've
What?
never tried it. That's about the equivalent of putting fucking bananas on your goddamn peanut butter and eating a peanut butter and banana sandwich or whatever. People eat this stuff. It's weird.
I've heard
But
some shit about avocado farms. Yeah, I'm just throwing this out there.
and you're
They
like, I've been down there by them.
they
Yeah.
do a lot of they do a lot of murder, death, kill. They do a lot of 311s down there on those avocado farms.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
That's a weird place to be.
yeah. So now the bottom 2 though, they're holding on strong. I love these 2. I eat them often. Number 9, mozzarella sticks,
Oh, yeah.
and number 10, mac and cheese.
Yeah. Yeah. This is all pleasure food or what do you want to call it? Soul food.
Comfort food, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Comfort foods.
Now this is like a broad top 10 list. I think what we're gonna do for this food thing in the future. That's funny. Our buddy Hunter said Michigan game. The comedian Hunter Reed blows
Yeah.
my phone up with Michigan facts. It's fun. He is down there in Ohio representing well. But anyways,
He's gonna have a good day.
I want to dive into state wise. Obviously,
Yeah,
the
we can
first
do a
state
state. We'll pick a state. Yeah.
yeah, first state we'll look into. We'll do Wisconsin, and actually one of the next episodes we do with Mike and Paul. We like to we're starting these best of lists.
I got an idea.
We're
Let's
each
do
gonna have
a
individual best ofs.
you go through and you do each state's top things.
Yeah,
Pick one from each category and out of those 3 states, and we have to guess what state that is from.
that would be fun. Yeah,
That'd be
absolutely.
better. Yeah, because some of them are going to be obvious, but some of them probably won't be as obvious.
Yeah.
Texas,
Like
Illinois.
cheese curds and butter have got to be on the list for Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just
If they're
gotta be.
not, then we're doing something fucking wrong.
I wonder what state will have pumpkin spice on their list.
Vermont. I don't know. New York.
If yeah,
You got to think of like basic white girl.
that's what I'm
The
saying.
yeah,
That's what I'm
Boston.
saying. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting when we get to those states to see what's what, where's where. But yeah, that's about all I got for today. The new items for the store come in this week. And once those are in, the store goes live the following week. So
Nice. You got to model them. You got to get them out there. You get some photographs out there and dance around.
yeah, I'd rather end up in a box on the street. But yeah, definitely.
There you go.
No, for sure, for sure. Anything else on your plate?
No, I think we covered it. Just we're gonna go live. This will be live tomorrow, and we will get ready for what's coming next. The the new episodes,
I'm
the
excited.
new
Very
look.
excited. I'm very excited. Lots of new things coming up. The UFL will be excited to look into rugby, cricket, soccer.
Some crossover episodes with Check the Boys or
Yeah.
Check the Woods.
Want to
Check the
start
Woods.
check the woods. I want to start getting some CrossFit junkies in too. See what kind of mindset they're in. CrossFit.
See what kind of mindset they're in.
Yeah,
And
I
be like, you
remember when
guys are
CrossFit.
fucking fat. I'm not. I'm fat. He's not fat. Like, you guys want to get
My
me in
pants
there?
size got up, bro. My pants size got up.
Yeah.
It's been like 5 or 6 years since I've had to buy new pants, but yeah, I went from a 34 to a 36.
You want to get my ass in shape. I could get in shape. I could get back in high school shape. Here's the thing. You got to get me in Charles in the studio so we can actually have some like CrossFit equipment. And
Yeah,
then we wouldn't be doing this shit. I wouldn't be eating
yeah.
cheeseburgers and 13 burritos like we just talked about.
Yeah, yeah, because cheeseburger, I'm thinking I'm about to go to the Home Depot after this. I'm gonna go get me a damn cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger, the new nickname, cheeseburger.
Cam Ward declares for NFL draft.
Wow, that's interesting.
Will begin with the draft tomorrow, won't immediately sign with an agent.
Wow, it's interesting because I thought he was actually going to join a team, but I guess he says he's ready. So good for him.
Yeah, he was. He was projected to go to Ohio State,
Yeah.
and now that bowl game happened. Yeah,
Well,
I
they
think I
still
think we've. It's gonna be a few years before we see Ohio State back in the
well,
conversation.
Ohio State has a really good quarterback coming in at Air Nolan. They're
Yeah,
not
so is
hurt. No, Kyle McCord wasn't anything like this guy. This guy is I think he might have won the Nike quarterback thing. He's really good.
mm,
Air Nolan, him and Michigan's Jaden Davis were going head to head. So it's 1A,
mm.
1B with those guys. And plus, we got orgies still there. So I hope we see some orgies tonight in the end zone. I don't know about you.
Oh, we're definitely gonna see RG in the second half.
I want to see RG out there. Dude, that guy is a fucking monster. If they don't give him the opportunity to run at least one or two times, I'm gonna be disappointed. And I'm not disappointed very often as a Michigan fan.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, only the basketball team. Oh my god. I don't even want to get into it. They need to fire Howard. It's time. It's time to get him out of there. That team is just ugh. The team is rough.
They play the first 6 games of the season really well.
They
As long
play
if the season just was 6 games, they'd be fine.
Charles, they play offense really well. They play defense really bad.
Yeah,
Really bad. I think they're
yeah,
bottom 10 or 15 in the country in defensive rating.
it makes no
Just
sense.
not good. No, it's not. They're top 50 offense and I think they're a top 20 3-point shooting team, but they are just not good defensively.
Our attention is about to turn to college basketball here shortly, so they're about to get all the love they didn't want.
Well, we're gonna break it down. We're gonna break down some Kansas, some ex-Michigan player here too. We're gonna critique his game for the NBA. That's one thing I wanted to get into because it is weird that people are calling him a top 5 prospect now.
That's the
Shake your head
an
because I
NBA
know
draft
exactly
in
what you're
its own
thinking.
sense. Fuck, this NBA draft is
It's up here.
trash.
It's in his head. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll tell you one thing. Detroit
Oh
ain't taking him.
my god.
We
Probably,
might.
probably.
Did you see the meme of Boban's hands with the Uno cards? He looked like Barbie doll cards in his hand. The dude's hand is like 6 times bigger than mine. His hand is like this big, and those cards are like they're like this big in the palm of his hand. It's look it up if you get a minute and you're on a shitter. Just look it up. You'll lose your mind. Just type Boban and then type Uno cards.
I will. I'll have to. All righty. Well, it's so great to be back, man. I love it. I'm excited to be back. All of our fans, listeners, followers, subscribers continue to engage, click like. We've got a couple giveaways we'll be shooting out. I think in the
Yeah.
next episode, we've got the Facebook page one. I got to get on there and pull those names, do an RNG.
I was
And then
going to ask you too if you wanted to autograph some stickers as well, because they might be worth something someday, guys. Just like,
yeah, yeah, we'll autograph them and send them out, and
I'll get
yeah,
some
you can
gold. I'll
find
get
us
some
on
gold
you'll
ink.
be able to find us on these. Hey, I found my hat. No way. I bought a new one and everything looking for this thing.
Nice.
It was hidden on the shelf. Oh,
Oh,
man.
I've got lots of sports cards over here as well. If anybody wants to reach out that's a fan and possibly wants to win a card, we can have a live, either a live auction, or we could have for charity.
Mhm.
Charles and I aren't taking the money, or we can have just a giveaway sports cards. If you guys are into sports, I got plenty.
Yeah,
I've
we
got about
got,
130 cards back here that I will part ways with a
a
few.
good friend, good listener, brother of the show, Joe. I think we're gonna be doing some card breaks soon
Yeah, we
also.
got I forgot about that. Yeah, it was Joe. Yeah, we'll have to do a
So,
live one. We'll have to get down there and
yeah.
or get
Lots
up
of
there. I keep
lots
saying down there. It's up there. He lives up
yeah,
there.
for us, it's up there.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Let's get ready. I'm gonna go get ready, watch some football and eat some little cocktail weenies and get ready for the Michigan game at 5 o'clock.
I had Freddy's yesterday. I'm not sure where I'm gonna go
Oh,
today.
Freddy's.
I
I don't
love
know.
Freddy's, man. Oh, it's so good.
Nice.
Them smash burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the little shoestring fries. So good.
Yeah.
So good. For everyone else out there, though, keep smiling. We're into a new year. We made it. We made it. Don't start worrying about what's going on this year. Hell yeah, you made it into a new year. Enjoy that. Enjoy it. And if you think back and start thinking about all the negative things, fuck it. Look forward.
Right. New year, new you. Go
Smile.
blue.